2019 recipient of the Art Show Showmanship Award. Each year, the International Council of Air Shows presents the Art Show Showmanship Award to the air show act or performer which best exemplifies the qualities of showmanship. For an air show pilot, the Art Show is high-performance cap 232, an antique Bucher Youngmeister, an aerobatic Beechcraft Bonanza, and occasionally North American P-51 Mustang, Happy Jackson. These were calls for kick flying this unique air show. When Dave was around 17 years old, he watched his friend Tom Donner fly aerobatic shows in the Baron and thought, that's pretty cool. So Tom did it for a dead stick pass that really impressed David. So he started, well, he didn't want to do the same thing. He wanted to get creative with it. And after purchasing the Baron from Tom's estate, David spent quite a bit of time working on it, getting it back into shape, and then started to build his own act with it. And as you can see, it's graceful, but also very aerobatic too. And at about 5,100 pounds, it's got these wings. 260 horsepower each way. To be able to do some of the things it does. But if you've got the right energy management, you may not need those engines, as you will see later in his routine. David concentrates on basic aerobatics and his interpretation of energy management during his dead-stick portion of the show. David grew up in a family of pilots. His grandfather, his father, both airline pilots. His interest in flying started at a very early age. David started flying with his father in the family's 1959 K-model Bonanza at age 12. And then David did his first aerobatics with his grandfamily in 1941 in a fleet biplane. And his grandfather was an old barnstormer era guy in the 1930s and insisted that David learn aerobatics as part of his basic flight training. His high school graduation present was an aerobatic course with the famous Dwayne Cole. And well, here's the result all these years later. After graduating from Southeastern Oklahoma State University with a degree in aviation, then corporate jets for several years. In the 80s, he joined the Texas International Guard and graduated from Air Force pilot training, the F-4 Phantom training, and the F-16 Fighting Falcon training at the top of his classes. Then he started to seriously pursue competition aerobatics, and then eventually air shows. And recently, of course, winning the biggest award in the air show industry, David Martin. So you go on to represent this country, rather, in the championships. You won the United States Aerobatic Championships. It's the and again, he climbs, he's dealing with the wind as well. He's got that power to get up over the top. And at the top, you start losing the energy. The airplane gets bushy. It doesn't want to fly anymore. But you got to keep it going and keep it on the number. And with those engines, you see the wind was moving it, but that was a lot. Wow. But he got it completed, and he got it at the same altitude that he began at, he ended. So that's energy management. That's not good for the airplane. So now he's committed. He's going to do it. Watch the energy stop. Once coming to a stop, slow the machine. He's got to get up over the top. Get it into the fall and not fly. The engines over the top, the engines are still on. He's coming back down again now, building some energy back up again. He's going to unfeather the props now. He's going to get the engine started. And he's going to
First guy was the best, Colin. Did you see that plane fluttering upside down?
To make it look beautiful. He'll be back later tonight too. Some lights in the airplane and an important part of our night show tonight. His twin We go back even farther now.
Oh my gosh, there's a regular airplane
He's
up
going to
there.
rise.
That's not good.
These big round engines. Look at that airliner. It's a safe distance above us, and that's all being controlled, not to worry. As David now sets up and gets ready once again to shut those engines off.
Oh my God, the plane coming in.
Just for fun, I would go mess with that airplane.
You know, sitting and be yelling at the pilot.
Just
He was
260
on that
horsepower.
plane. That plane is awful long.
That's probably one of the things, right?
I know.
Designed as a lightweight twin engine piston plane.
Roger.
The impressive results to get. The biggest so he's setting up now for his approaching landing without power. And his energy management is going to bring him right to show center here. After all of this, without the use of his engines. So once again, he's watching those numbers as he comes down. He's building up the exact precise energy he needs. There's two elements to this. He's going downwind, then he's got to get into the wind. With each input of the controls, he introduces drag to the airplane. He starts to slow it down. It is now as he's climbing. The engines are now off. He rolls to the inverted. And now he's got to position the airplane with a negative G push out to get turned around and approach the runways. Now as he rolls right side up, more drag, he's going to drop the landing gear, and that's even more drag on the airplane. As the wheels slowly come down, that airplane starts to react to that, starts to slow down. Now he's coming down at a certain angle, which allows him to build some of that energy back up, and he's watching those numbers. And he's looking for the runway. And he's lining up on the runway, and he's dealing with quite a bit of a crosswind too. Down the runway, but also a little askew. So he's putting the nose into it, and he's sliding. A little slip. Still over the runways, but has he got enough energy to get back here to show center? And complete it with no power at all. 3-point landing. Now he's just showing off. He continues to roll. He's got lots of energy. Isn't this amazing? And if you can see David now, you can see this big grin on his face. And a little bit of relief too, I'm sure. At show center out here where the tractors are and where our pyro group are still setting up for everything that's got to do tonight. He rounds the corner at center stage.